Albuquerque, 71 Papa Golf.
Number 71 Papa Golf, go ahead.
And was there anybody above us that passed us like 30 seconds ago?
Number 71 Papa Golf, negative.
Okay. Something did. A UFO. Yeah.
American 1095, let me know if you see anything pass over you here in the next 15 miles.
You know if anything passes over?
American 1095, affirmative. We had an aircraft in front of you that's 37 that reported something pass over him, and we didn't have any targets, so just let me know if you see anything pass over you.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't an airplane, but it passed us going the opposite direction. Hey, it's American 1095. Yeah, something just passed over us. Don't know what it was, but it's at least 3,000 feet above us. So yeah, it passed right over the top of us.
Okay, American 1095, thank you. And American 1095, can you tell if it was in motion or just hovering?
Make it out whether it was a balloon or whatnot, but it was just really either flight or had a big reflection on it, several thousand feet above us, going opposite directions.
Okay, roger.
Was it a Google balloon? UFO. UFO.
FlexJet 526, contact LA Center 133.2.
Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. We have a lot to get through today, and I want you all to stay tuned till the end of the video, because I do have something important that I want to quickly touch on once we discuss everything else today. But first, and as you just heard, we have a newly released audio recording depicting the communications between air traffic control, a Learjet, and an Airbus, who at the time of the recording you just heard were in the middle of a very strange encounter with a mysterious craft over Arizona. And so what you guys just heard is but an edited snippet of the over 8-minute long recording that was just released and featured by a website called thedrive.com. Now, if you remember the last story just a couple of weeks ago that The Drive released, and that related to another mysterious encounter, this time over Oregon, and I highly suggest you head over and check out that video as well as that article put out by The Drive, and I'll put links to all of this down below. And so I won't just read the whole article, and in fact, it's a very well written, very long article, chock full of information and data as to what exactly happened in this strange incident here, and you're going to have to go over and read it and check it out. But in a nutshell, and just to go with the recording that you already heard, basically there were a series of strange events that occurred high up in the flight levels above southern Arizona in late February 2017. Between roughly 3:30 p.m. and 4:15 p.m., a Learjet belonging to Phoenix Air, along with an American Airlines flight and an Airbus A321, had independent close encounters with a strange craft flying at around 40,000 feet. The planes were flying east at about 37,000 feet between the Sonoran Desert National Monument and the New Mexico border when the incident took place. And that is when the writers of the article here obtained the official audio recordings directly from the FAA of Albuquerque Center Air Traffic Control, talking to the pilots and the other aircraft trying to figure out what this object was. And so as you heard in that recording that I edited down just to show you guys some of the best parts where they were talking about this object, the first audio that we hear comes from the pilot of the Learjet asking air traffic control if they had seen anything on radar passing above his airplane. Air traffic control then replied negative, meaning that there was nothing showing up on radar basically. They saw no other aircraft in the area. And that is when the Learjet pilot replies, well, something did, and then another pilot chimed in saying a UFO. Air traffic control asks another airline that is in the area to let them know if they see anything pass over them within the next 15 miles. And so later on, we get a reply from the pilot of the Learjet, who says that he doesn't know what it was, but he saw it, and that it wasn't an airplane, but that it was also going in a path in the opposite direction. And just moments later, the American Airlines calls back in to say, yes, something just passed over us. I don't know what it was, but it was at least 2,000 to 3,000 feet above, and that they don't know what it is. Now, as you guys heard at the end of the recording here, we have one of the pilots asking, quote, was it a Google balloon? Which, if you guys don't know, Google often releases these massive sort of weather balloons that are basically, most of them are designed to extend internet connectivity to people in rural or remote areas. And so another pilot replies back, negative, and that once again it was a quote, UFO. And so that's basically all we know at this point, and according to the article on The Drive, after contacting the FAA, it was found out that there was never even a report written up about this encounter, and none of the supervisors at the air traffic control had even heard about this mystery object, which again is very strange, because you would think that anytime a commercial or private jet for that matter comes into contact with an unknown object that is not appearing on radar, that does not look like a plane, and that is not responding to requests from air traffic control. We also know, and we've seen from past experiences and from my own conversations with people and pilots in the aviation industry, that there has been a long-held policy with regards to UFO sightings, a policy that basically dictates you do not talk about what you saw, you do not repeat anything that you see while up in the air, and you deny knowing anything if asked later. And this is how it's been. And I know a lot of you in the comments, pilots, former pilots, or friends of pilots, will completely understand what I'm talking about here. So it is strange. And I'm not sure if I believe it, but it truly is fascinating. Now, again, we don't know what the object was. Could it have been a balloon of some sorts? They said they weren't sure, but it was definitely bright enough, even at 2,000 to 3,000 feet away, that they could definitely make it out as something. And also that it was traveling in the opposite direction, indicating that this thing may have had some thrust or movement to it, unlike what you would see from just a free floating weather balloon. So you guys head over and check out this report done by The Drive. The author of the article goes by the name of Tyler Rogoway. I love that name, buddy. But they do a fantastic job, so be sure to head over, give them due credit, check out the article, listen to the entire audio, and tell me what you guys think. Now, in other news, we have yet another mysterious burst of light and loud booms that have been heard and witnessed over the past couple of days over both Washington as well as Oregon. And as you're seeing in this new report here, state residents are puzzled as to what it was that caused this massive flash of light in the sky and then a loud rumbling boom that was so massive, in fact, that it shook houses, rattled windows, people outside in their pajamas thinking that an earthquake had hit, only to later find out that there was no earthquake and that what was behind this bright flash of light has yet to have been uncovered. And so this bright burst of light, and as you're seeing in this video here, submitted to the news agency, lighting up the entire horizon here, occurred over western Washington state this past Wednesday night, followed by a loud boom that shocked the ground, according to several reports. Now again, this was also seen over Oregon. Now whether that was the same bright flash or not, we don't know, but we do have multiple reports from both states. And in many instances, no meteorites are even seen. Some of these flashes of lights are so bright, in fact, that they are seen state to state. Unlike this video right here that was recently posted by a Mr. Damon Cronshaw over the skies of Newcastle back on March 4th, where we see this very quick flash of green in the sky. Looks like a fireball. And in my opinion, you know, your typical meteorite entering the atmosphere. And you'll notice here, unlike a lot of these other instances with these massive booms and bright flashes of light, in a lot of these, and as we're seeing here, we don't really get that. You do see them flying in, they do burn up momentarily, but they don't usually give out the type of light that you'll be seeing across state lines, and where you'll have a rumbling afterwards that people will believe is an earthquake, literally rumbling the screws and windows out of their homes. And so I am not sold on the idea that all of these are just simple meteorites entering the atmosphere, but something may be entering the atmosphere or leaving, or something is just happening in the atmosphere. We don't know, so we will continue to report on it. And just real quick, while we're talking about strange flashes of light, my buddy over at the Mr. MBB333 YouTube channel recently posted some very interesting footage after he was looking at some satellite imagery of the Earth, when he noticed that just as the Earth was going into darkness, going from day to nighttime, he observed an area of the ocean where a very large and very mysterious flash of light appeared. So here's a short clip from his video.
The Earth is 70% water, so there's a 7 in 10 chance that more fireballs are going to enter the Earth's atmosphere over the ocean than over the land. Is that what happened here? I don't know, but here's a closer look at it. Same time, last night, right after dark, watch. Goes into darkness. See that? 9:52 p.m. Watch. Boom, boom. What is that bright light? What is that? Was that a fireball? Look at that. I've enhanced it just a little bit in this video clip so you can see it better. But there is a definite flash of light that looks like it comes from the Pacific moving to the northeast. It's difficult to tell, but there's definitely something there. And that's many hours after sunset. Look at that.
Okay, so yeah, just as Michael was explaining here, this is satellite imagery, okay? You can see where the sun passes by. We see the Terminator line passing over the Earth. It goes from daytime to nighttime. The sun has already done set, okay? It's on the other side of the planet when all of a sudden we see this strange mystery flash of light emanating from the ocean off the coast of Mexico and California. And it looks big, whatever it is and wherever it's coming from. This huge ray of light in the night sky. And yeah, it's truly mysterious. I will let Michael fill you in and explain what he thinks. Check out his video to this, the full video down below. And he has got an eagle eye for this stuff, so big thanks to him for that. A lot of strange things happening in our skies, people. And I think we've done a pretty darn good job of documenting that here, along with our friends and fellow truth seekers on other channels. And that leads me to my final note of the day here. I told you guys I wanted you to wait till the end of the video. And basically, I just wanted to touch base and let you guys know that, as you saw in my last video, how we were being blatantly attacked with attempted censorship by one of the writers of an article who wrote about our recent Antarctica video, the mysterious object that was found, and how he had attempted to contact Google and get our channel de-verified, and all of this stuff. And if you haven't seen that, you can watch my previous video. I'll put it at the end of this one. But what happened there has been happening a lot lately on YouTube, and many of you will know about this, some of you won't, but there has been a wave of censorship that has been hitting specifically those channels like mine, who I guess you would consider alternative news. Recently, Alex Jones' channel was almost completely taken down. There have been a slew of other channels this past couple of weeks that have been flat out terminated from YouTube with no explanation at all. Now granted, a lot of those channels were more political in nature, more right-leaning, but still, I think that goes to show that when you're censoring certain channels like that and not censoring others who maybe are on the other side, well, that's completely unfair, obviously. Channels are being taken down due to the pressure being put on YouTube from outside news agencies who may simply not like your opinion. You know, it could happen, guys. I mean, Secureteam is not political. We don't talk about anything more than aliens or UFOs or just strange things happening around the world. But I just want to reiterate one more time that in this new day and age, and with censorship growing, you never know, one day you could log in and see Secureteam completely gone. And that is why I continually and regretfully, but humbly ask you guys to support me through platforms like Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you can support this channel and allow me to continue running it despite whether ads are taken away or despite our channel being taken down, because we can always move somewhere else. It's because of you guys funding my channel, and this is how a lot of other major channels are doing it now. They are being funded by their fans, because that allows them to break free of the chains of constant worry of whether something you say or a video you post is going to get you terminated. And so I want to thank and ask all of you again to please support me monthly. You can donate to me through PayPal or just purchase some Secureteam merch. We've got shirts, hats, whatever you can do to support the channel. I appreciate it. And if God forbid anything were to happen and you woke up and Secureteam was gone one day, I would ask that all of you take to Twitter and personally tweet to the official YouTube channel Twitter account demanding that Secureteam be put back up, which is something that has worked time and time again in the past, where other channels have gotten taken down. People have gone to Twitter in the thousands only to finally get the channel reinstated because of the outlash from the fans. So it's why I ask all of you to follow me on Twitter, even if you don't tweet. Just get there. That way we have an outlet. We can talk if anything were to happen. And yeah. You guys support me, I'll support you to the best of my ability. I want to thank you guys again. We will not be censored. We will continue asking questions and stay together as one community and one family of insomniacs. So again, thank you guys. I am truly excited for what 2018 holds. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned, and I will see you all back in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.